Hi, my name is Kyle Overstreet. I did my Pioneers of Education research on John Dewey. Dewey was born October 20th, 1859. He died June 1st, 1952. Dewey was one of four children who grew up in a wealthy home in the state of Vermont. His parents owned a tobacco shop. He enrolled in the University of Vermont at the age of 15, studying philosophy. He graduated in 1879, second in his class. After teaching elementary school for a few years, he went back to school and in 1884 received his doctorate from Johns Hopkins University. Soon after, he was hired as an assistant professor at the University of Michigan. While at the University of Michigan, he met his wife, and they would later go on to have 6 children of their own and also adopt one. In 1888, he was hired at the University of Minnesota as a professor of philosophy. In 1894, he was hired as the head of the philosophy department at the University of Chicago. During his time at the University of Chicago, he would also serve as a director for the School of Education for 2 years. Also in 1894, he opened an experimental elementary school. In 1904, he left the University of Chicago and joined Columbia University as a professor of philosophy. And in 1919, he co-founded the New School for Social Research. Dewey has also had over 1,000 published writings. Dewey's philosophy: pragmatism, often grouped with experimentalism and instrumentalism. It's often thought of as progressive education. It's largely based on human experience. Dewey viewed ideas as tools for experimenting. He also believed the educator must account for different learning styles of each student and their own experiences. His approach in philosophy was hands-on learning by doing. Students must interact with their environment and learn how to adapt. He believed that one can only learn from their own experiences. James Neal said, in the 1920s and 1930s, John Dewey became famous for pointing out that the authoritarian, strict, preordained knowledge approach of modern traditional education was too concerned with delivering knowledge, and not enough with understanding students' actual experiences. Students need educational experiences better suited to life and how to become successful members of society. Continuity refers to the notion that the humans are sensitive to or affected by experience. Humans survive more by learning from experience after they are born than do many other animals who rely primarily on pre-wired instincts. Interaction. Interaction builds upon the notion of continuity and explains how past experience interacts with present situation to create one's present experience. Dewey hypothesized that your current experience can be understood as a function of your past, stored experiences, which interacting with the present situation to create an individual experience. This explains the one man's meat is another man's poison maximum. Dewey has had a lasting impact on the education field. He influenced that a teacher often needs to continue their own education in order to be an effective and successful tool for students to gain knowledge. His research also led to more experimental projects and exercises in the classroom as opposed to simply learning by reading or memorization. Thank you for watching my video. Please check out my references for more information.